Hello, lovely people. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Today, we want to help you to use Prekese and sea salt for protection against evil spirits, for favor, boost your business, and other spiritual benefits. If you want to do this direction, get the following ingredients. The first item you need for this particular direction is the Prekese. The Prekese is called the Aidan fruit. Some people also call it the Aidan fruit in English. Scientifically, it is called the Tetrapura tetraptera. It is very common. If you go to those people who sell spices, you can easily get the Prekese for this particular direction. But please, for this direction, you are going to use 7 full Prekese. So you are going to get 7 full ones. Please, don't take one Prekese and cut into 7 pieces. No, you are going to use 7 full ones. Now let's look at the next item you need for this particular direction. Now the next item you need for this particular direction is the sea salt. The sea salt is very common. It is the salt that has been extracted from the sea through evaporation. In Ghana, some people call it the adanchini, others also call it adangu. Others also call it the nchini abuabuo. So if you go to the market women who sell salt that they have tied, it is not all often packaged in anything, but they just tie it in some rubber and then they sell. So if you go to them and then you tell them you need sea salt, they will be able to tell you. The sea salt is very coarse in texture. Sometimes it looks like small stones. So if you go to them, you can easily get the sea salt for this particular direction. Now let's look at how you are going to do the direction. Now after getting all the items, which is the 7 Prekese and then the sea salt, what you are supposed to do is that you put the 7 Prekese in a saucepan. Please, you are not going to cut the Prekese into pieces. You just put the full 7 Prekese in the saucepan and then you add any quantity of water at all that you want. And then you boil for about 15 minutes. So after boiling, what you do is that you now pour the Prekese and then the water into your bathing bucket. You now add the sea salt and then you add any quantity of water at all that you think you can bath with. You add it to it and then you take everything to the bathroom and then you bath with it. So you are going to bath with the Prekese as it is in the water. You will not just sieve it and then go and bath with the water alone, please. So you can decide to bath with any kind of soap and then you can also decide to bath with any kind of sponge. You don't have to use the locally made wooden sponge for this particular direction. You can use any sponge that you have, and then after bathing you can decide to use a towel or you can decide to allow it to dry on you. But please let me also add that purslane also gives favor. So if you can get purslane is what they call adra in tree. So if you can get the purslane, you can add it to the Prekese and then the sea salt and then use it to bath. That is what you see on the screen. What you see on the screen is the purslane. So the purslane is also a very common herb. It is found around homes. So if you check closely around your house, you can get the purslane. The purslane, what you do is that you just put some few quantity into the water. You can decide to squeeze it into the water or you can decide not to squeeze it. But it is always preferable that you don't squeeze it so that it will just be washed away when you finish bathing. And then you can also, as you bath, you can also decide to be using the purslane to be washing your face, and all those things are going to give you favor. But the purslane, if you cannot get it every day, you can also decide that you will be using it only when you have a special appointment that requires that you have a special favor, such as going for a job interview or going for a visa interview or going to meet somebody that you think you need favor from the person. You can decide to use the purslane. But please, if you cannot get the purslane, do not worry, because the Prekese and then the sea salt alone is going to protect you from all evil spirits, and it is also going to give you favor. This works miraculously. So please kindly ensure that you make use of this particular Prekese and sea salt. Please kindly note the following also. You can, instead of boiling the prekese to bath. You can decide that you soak it. So if you want to use it for evening bath, you can decide to soak all the 7 prekese and then the sea salt in the morning, and then in the evening you use it to bath. And then in the evening too, you can decide that you soak it and then use it to bath in the morning. You can be doing it like that. And then also, please note that you are going to use the same prekese over and over again until you think that the power in the prekese is no longer in it, so you are supposed to change it. And then also, please note that you are going to do this particular direction for at least 21 days. So you are going to do it in the morning and then you are going to do it in the evening. But please, if you add the purslane you are supposed to add it only in the morning. You're not going to add it in the evening, please. So you are going to do this every morning and every evening, or any time that you think you are going to bath. You can use this particular prekese and then the salt, because it is good for spiritual protection. For those people who always say that they have cobwebs crossing their face, crossing their body wherever they go, even if they are moving in the town and then there are some vehicles passing, the cobweb will not take the car will not take the cobweb away, but it will rather cross their face. All those people, this particular direction is good for you. So please kindly ensure that you make use of this particular direction. If you also have spiritual marriage and all those things, this particular direction is for you. Please kindly also note that women in their menstruation should not do this particular direction. They should wait till they finish. So if you have started this particular direction for the 21 days and then you see your menstruation, please kindly pause. So after the 21 days, then you continue. You do the rest of the days. So if you have done 10 days of this and then you see your menstruation, it means that you have 11 more days to continue. So after the menstruation, you do the rest of the 11 days. You can also decide that you'll be doing this particular direction every day so that you have your spiritual protection. There is not something that is difficult to do. So please kindly make sure that you make use of this to have some spiritual protection over your life, so that no evil spirit can harm you, and then you also stop those bad dreams, and then you also always have your favor that you desire, and then the peace of mind. Many people have used this and then they always come with testimony. So please kindly ensure that you do this particular direction, because this is anti-witchcraft, and then you always be having favor from people, and then it is going to help you to fight all evils. So please kindly ensure that you make use of this. But please kindly also note that one particular herb that also gives you protection is the king grass. The king grass is what you see on the screen. So after bathing with the prekese and then the sea salt, what you are supposed to do is that you are supposed to use the king grass oil. So this is how the king grass oil is prepared. You grind some of the king grass and then you add about 3 pieces, so 3 small pieces of garlic. You are just going to remove 3 cloves of garlic from the main bulb or one bulb, and then you grind it with the king grass. So after grinding, what you do is that you are going to fry this in olive oil. So you fry it for about 15 minutes. You see that the olive oil will change color. So you now sieve it, or you can decide that you keep it overnight so that it will just make sure that the leaves will enter the oil very well. So after that, you now sieve it and then you start using it. This is how you are going to use it. You just add some of the oil to your body cream, and then every night you only apply only the oil on your whole body. So you apply it some around your genitals and all those things. If you continuously do this particular direction with the oil for about 40 days, spiritual marriage, spiritual whatever will never come to you. So please kindly ensure that you also make use of the king grass. The king grass is called buekru in Ghana. Some people call it tutumnika koshepu. So if you ask anybody, the person can help you to locate this particular useful herb. Thank you very much for watching this video. In our next video, we shall talk about some particular herbs that will also give you more favor. So please kindly subscribe to the channel to get more benefits. Thank you very much. Bye. Please kindly remember to click on the subscribe button to subscribe to our channel and then the notification button. Thank you very much.